going to start with the Pledge of Allegiance, please.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Mr. Sweeney, would you do the Pledge of Allegiance, the invocation, please?
Yeah. Dear Lord, we're meeting tonight to discuss some changes that will, in order to the benefit of the city citizens of Hardeeville, please give us objective guidance and take care that all of these actions tonight will be for the best. Thank you. Amen.
Amen. I'm asking for an approval on the agenda that we're going to follow tonight.
So moved.
And a second?
Second.
Thank you. And there's nobody in the audience, so I assume that we do not have any public comments today,
No, ma'am.
or public presentations.
No, ma'am.
Then let's go right down to the old business.
There is no old business to discuss.
That's lovely. We all received the minutes, both today here and at home, if everybody's had a chance to read through them. Are there any changes or corrections that we need to make? Then if I can have a motion for approval?
I motion.
And a second, please.
Second.
All in favor? Raise your hand, please. And any opposed? That's passed unanimously then. Thank you. And then we'll go to the new business.
Okay, quite a bit on tap for us. You all received an email last week. There is a joint workshop meeting with council tomorrow, and we'll be discussing quite a bit of Parks and Rec stuff, but the one that we wanted to make sure that you all were there for was the fair share policy, which we've worked on since, I'm gonna say November-ish. I think it was passed in January. That way, if council has any questions to any of you, they can ask, and it's a relaxed environment, so, don't feel that you have to wait for me to speak. You can certainly speak up and, represent your ideas. It is a working document, so it is something that can be changed and edited as needed, and that's part of what this workshop is going to do, to decide if we need to make changes to it or go as it is.
And is it in this facility right here?
Yes, ma'am. It'll be here at 4 o'clock tomorrow. We're also going to be going over the dog park. I'll get into that a little bit later, as well as the city festival information. Okay, let me see if there's anything else. Okay, everything else is on the slideshow. And forgive me if I go too fast. And I'm gonna hopefully stand a little bit over here. I'll kind of talk loud because I don't have my glasses and I can't really see. Okay. So here's the information, again, about the joint workshop. And it is at 4. Oh no. Hold on. Oh, that thought. Technical difficulties. Okay. Well, it never fails. Do we have any batteries? Okay. Sorry about that.
Oh, I got it working.
User error. Operator error. Oh, thanks. Appreciate that. Okay. Let's see. Okay, here we go. You all have this packet information with you. I think I actually made some bigger copies, so I know they're hard to see. But if there's anything in the packet that you need specifically sent to you, in Word format or anything, let me know. Every year, council meets with the staff to go over their annual retreat information on what the goals and objectives are for the year. So we did meet back in December, and they came back to us with some ideas that we need to be working on. So what we did is I took all this information, which the first one is the conservation easement. We can pretty much check that off. These are the goals specific to Parks and Recreation, not just the city as a whole, but just us. So the conservation easement, that information has been passed through resolution. So the city manager and city attorney are working on getting that easement done so we can have that under our arsenal. Where you see the little blue checks at, that's where we're at in the process. So see all this stuff that's going down, all of that still has to be done, but I wanted to give you guys an update of where we were. And again, this is a 10 to 20 year project. I think my boss would like it done tomorrow, just not feasible. The next one, this was something that was very high. This was the pet clinic, the vaccine clinic, or a dog park. And this is an immediate thing that we're doing right now. We'll talk about the dog park in just a minute. But again, this is where we're at. We have looked at different areas through the Richard Gray complex and have designated an area that we feel is pretty much underused right now. So we're able to move that. Those of you that don't know where the current facility is that we're using as a dog park, it's in that far corner of the complex, and it's an unsafe location. So we do have Bark in the Park, which is an event, and that's scheduled for June 1st. And we'll have some pet vaccine clinics information going on that day, as well as some other fun stuff with all the poochies. We also have, Brittany's working on this. She has her plan of action put together, and so we are still marketing and looking for vendors, sponsors, and all that kind of fun stuff. And for those of you that need to know what the AAR is, I know when I first got here, everyone asked me what it was. It's an after-action review. That's military. Sorry. It's just not going to go away. And also, too, some good news for those of you that have kids at John Paul II or know someone at John Paul II. Their basketball team came in and they did a service project and cleaned up the existing dog park, and it looks 100 times better. You can actually see through it now, so it was fabulous. We're trying to get them back to council so we can get them recognized.
Where did you say the park and the park's going to be?
Right now, it's going to be on one of the softball fields, or it could be on the baseball field. Logistically, we have.
Back in there, okay.
Yes,
Okay.
yes.
Thank you.
Okay, so again, we're checking these off as much as we can, trying to get all these goals done, and that pathway to success, trying to keep us where we need to go to keep moving forward. The next one is the, the East Coast Greenway. This is a huge project. There is an ALTA plan in place already, and right now we're having to designate, trying to figure out which plan out of the plan, project out of the ALTA plan that we're going to start on first, and then we're going to have to start looking for some grants and getting that facilitated. But there's also a lot of other projects that will make or break how we're going to do the East Coast Greenway, whether it's downtown revitalization, citywide comprehensive plan, all that stuff. So this is a huge project. We're not quite where we need to be with it, but we're working a little bit on it every day. Okay, the next one is Millstone Landing. For those of you that didn't know, the powwow was this past weekend. I hope all of you got a chance to go down and see it. It went down Saturday. It's pretty neat. So we are in talks right now with Millstone Landing to do a master plan. It has not been approved. Master plans usually run anywhere between $20,000 to $40,000, and they can run anywhere between 10 to 15 years once they're done. But there is so much potential at Millstone Landing. For those of you that haven't been down there, it's a beautiful facility. It's right on the water, and improvements are definitely needed. So we're not quite there with that. As you can see, there's no blue marks. Some are a little bit easier than others to get to our success paths. The next one is the Juju Hudson Park, which is inside of the Richard Gray complex. That was done last summer, so we are in the process of combining that with our master plan that we're gonna be working on. And once the master plan is done, basically what we'll do is we'll start trying to figure out how we're gonna get capital to start putting all that fun stuff in there, splash pads and all kinds of neat stuff, trails. How we're gonna get the rec center connectivity piece from the Richard Gray complex all the way over to where the rec center's at. So lots of fun, exciting stuff, but we're there. As you can see, we're kind of halfway through, so we're still working towards that goal. And the last one that we have just for these is the basketball courts, and that's the resurfacing project. We do have an RFP that's out right now. It's scheduled to be done on the 22nd. I believe Mr. Lott, who is our Public Works Director, is going to read for that because I will be out of town that day. So we'll see what we get back. That is something that is very immediate, as you can see, immediate. It will be done by the end of September 30th is the deadline date. It has to be completed by. So wanted to give you an update to let you know what the council expects from us and how we're trying to get to those pathways and how you all can help me stay on track of where we need to be with certain stuff. Okay, and this is the adopted resolution. These are some other, excuse me, short-term and long-term goals. These are a little bit different. There's so many goals that council has, we kind of have to split them up a little bit as, you know, what's the most priority driven. And for us, right now, we can say that we're almost there with this one. This is the building of the community recreation facility. I hope to be breaking ground within the next couple of months. We are very, very close. So, yay for us. Let's see if I can go down a little bit further. Okay, housing policy. Ooh, it's Miss Brown. Facilities, community recreation building, got that. Pattern facility equipping, naming rights. Okay. This is another thing that we're working on for the naming rights of the rec center and how we can, you know, fund some additional things that are in it. Again, I'll have a policy that I bring to you all, and then you can look at it, make some edits, change it, and then we'll present that to council and see if that's something that they want to adopt. Okay, and then the next one, I have to get closer because I can't see. Let's see. Oh boy, yeah. The next one is the big community festival. We are definitely driving that truck right now down some fun roads. We do have the committee that's been established, and now we're in the process of doing our subcommittees. We'll be presenting some of that information tomorrow at the workshop, so you'll get a good idea of that. And the next one, this is kind of a joint effort between me and Mr. Lott, the Public Works Director. I think it's fallen under his umbrella, but it's a park, so I'm taking it back under my umbrella. So that is something, right now, our Veterans Memorial Park is literally a stone all the way at the very end of Jim Hatter Way, which is this main road all the way down. There's some palm trees, and there's a commemorative stone in the middle of it. That's it. So as a veteran's daughter, that's kind of depressing. It's very sad. So works are underway of trying to figure out how we're going to do that in conjunction with the property that we already own. So be on the lookout for that as well. Oh, there's that bicycle plan again. Okay. See that, 2021?
Yeah.
I'm not sure that we're going to get to it by 2021, but I am working very hard, very diligently. I talked to the guys at East Coast Greenway quite a bit, trying to figure out where there's extra money, any money, to fund this project, because it is massive. And that's pretty much it for those. So Parks and Rec has nothing on their plate at all. Not enough. Nothing. Does anyone have any questions about those? No? Okay. So if y'all remember, a couple of months back, we presented this to you. Some of the newer, I'm not sure if we get presented. I know that before we added, y'all had seen this. This is a conceptual. This is the back area right here, the Richard Gray complex. This little area right here is the Juju Hudson Park. This area right here spawned off the rest of this. You know, we're at that time frame where pretty much everything is getting booked and we don't have any more space to grow. So the master plan is gonna help us, as we move forward to, you know, figure out exactly, can we grow back here? Do we have connectivity pieces back here? The rec center is way back here. And then right now we have existing basketball courts. Do we wanna add more? Do we wanna cover them? All that kind of stuff. Parking. So with this, we now have approval. We are doing a master plan. You all will be heavily involved with that. I believe at the next meeting in April, we will actually do a kickoff meeting, where you guys will get to see Wallace and he's gonna present some information, and then we're gonna do quite a bit of community meetings, with churches, local businesses, Sun City, Hampton Point, I mean, everybody that we can think of to get as much input, because I know what I want. And I'm pretty sure that what I want is exactly what the community wants. However, we need to have that community needs assessment to make sure that they're in sync. So that is good news for us. Anyone have questions about that one? That one's pretty exciting. Okay. And then there's a whole bunch of fun stuff, words and stuff. All right. And there we go. Okay, let me go back real quick so you can see where this was. Okay. See this area right here? This is a parking lot. And, you know, when you first come into a park, do you really want to hit your parking lot, or do you want to see, you know, some of your amenities right away and then kind of go further in? It's drop a hat. Some people do, some people don't. However, when we looked at this area and tried to figure out where we could make sure that we had a dog park, our spaces were limited. We had this area right here. However, there's a pond. And yes, we do have alligators in our ponds at times. This area right here is a soccer field. The area that's back here is too wet. So we know this area already here, right here is taken, or spoken for. This area right now, if you go back there, is a big old mud pile. So this area right here presented itself as a pretty good opportunity. The other area that we looked at was behind City Hall, over where you're at, Ainsley. And it just wasn't a very big space. So this area, when you guys leave here tonight, you know, kind of check out this area and see. It's a pretty big area. It's actually going to be bigger than Bluffton's that they just opened a while at the Fraser Dog Park or something like Fraser Park. So anyway, this is where it's going to go. So we'll click back, and if you can envision that, see here's the existing courts right now, and so these are parking slots. So we do have some fun parking, and we'll be able to come in here. We'll have leashing area. Lots of space for the big dogs, small dogs, and then of course we have senior dogs as well. So, but Wallace will be here tomorrow to talk about this a little bit more in depth. I can get pretty excited about it and go on and on and on. Then you'll get tired of hearing me about it. So, but this is pretty cool, and we're able to do this within our budget this year. So, a lot of fun, exciting things going on.
Is the dog park going to be where people can take their dogs, let them run, or what?
Yes, yes. This whole area is complete. This whole area right here will be completely fenced in.
Yeah.
And once you come in here to this little area, oops, that's the wrong image. Anyway, here's a little area right here that you can go into. This will go into the big dog. So if you have a big, like a Great Dane or something,
Okay.
they would go in here and they could roam, run free, do, you know, pretty
Right.
much whatever you wanted to do. Same thing with this one. You got a little leashing station, then come in through here, and then there's a little one over here for the little guys.
And where is this park in relationship to, say, City Hall? Just so I know where it is.
This is the green space right behind us. City
Okay.
Hall would be right here.
Pardon?
Right here is behind City Hall. This is this area right here behind us. If you look
Okay.
out the window, right here.
Okay.
And then City Hall would be right here. So it's literally diagonal from right where we're at right now.
Okay.
So.
I know you said it was pretty large, but I can't read without my reading glasses, so can you tell me roughly what the square footage is?
I don't know if I can even read them myself. It's a little bit over, a little bit more than, it's 800 square feet on one, and a little bit more on the other. I'll get the exact dimensions and get them back to you, because
Okay.
I don't know that he has all of them in here and I can't see them.
doesn't.
Yeah, I don't, usually they're right on the side. But I'll pull up the other one so you can see the comparison as well.
Is
But
it
it's-
your intent that the people stay with their dog, they just don't deposit them and let
Yes.
them there all day?
Yes. No, when people come to the dog park, they come, they bring their dog, they stay with their
Yeah,
dog.
that's the
It's
way
not
it is
drop
up-
them off.
That's the way it is up in Sun City.
Yes,
They sit there with the dog. Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
yes, sir, yes. Okay. So anyway, that's pretty exciting, that we're able, again, to do that this fiscal year, and mark off one of our goals. Okay. And that's just a little fun thing with the mayor, about who let the dogs out. Actually, that dog's quite a bit bigger. That was the puppy back in December. So this information did go out. You all should have gotten your newsletter, and we'll talk about that in a few minutes as well, but I think that's the last slide. Yeah. Okay. Alrighty. Anyone have any questions about that before I move on to the next item on here? Okay, the next item of new business, after we just talked about the dog park, is Festival on Main. I think I have the sign up floating around somewhere around here. We do have a citywide committee that's made of all department heads, and now we are in the process doing subcommittees. The subcommittees is also open to the public. So if you know of anyone, that might want to sit on it, or that has, some really great ideas, that just wants to be a part of this event, certainly let me know and we'll get them rolling. We're hoping to get those subcommittees started within the next month. Does anyone have any questions? Again, we'll present this information tomorrow, so you'll see that tomorrow. I didn't want to give you all that information before the meeting. Does anyone have any questions on the City Festival stuff? None? Too easy of a crowd. Kevin, nothing? Come on, my former PRT director down there. Okay, but that is it for new business.
New business is followed by the director's report.
Yes, ma'am. Okay, all of you, again, should have received the newsletter. It's quite a bit of information. The intent, I believe, with the newsletter might have been a Hardeeville happening, something that's going on with all of Hardeeville. I'm not sure, but we got some direction and we just decided to move forward. And so Parks and Recreation will have one of these every month. We can send them out to you. You can send them out to your communities, your contacts, anything like that. The more and more we can get this information out to people, the better. And like I said, it is full, so I'm going to kind of go through some of it. And again, I know it is hard to read in some spots. We're working on trying to get it a little bit bigger print. But the first screen on the green they would use at the end of this month. Miss Brittany Thomas is working very diligently on that. This is a free movie for anyone in the community, all ages. If you have grandkids, we encourage you to bring them. If you have kids, you want to come out and see that. It's a fun event for all ages. We are going to be playing Moana. Moana. Sorry. Every time I say it, I don't say it right. Yes. So it is pretty neat, pretty exciting. I think we've got a few more of them coming up, and I'll talk about them in a second. Also, it happens to be one of our Fifth Fridays. There's so many Fifth Fridays in the year. And once there is a Fifth Friday event, we try and partner with someone in the community to do a little something extra. So our first Fifth Friday event will be held in conjunction with Hardeeville Fire Department. they're gonna do fire safety, so they're gonna have the fire trucks out there. And we're gonna have a lot of stuff for the community. I believe the mayor might be on board, handing out some fun prizes and raffles for the kids, so we encourage as many people to come out as possible. All you gotta do is just, bring a chair, blanket, the rest we'll take care of. Or snacks, if you want some fun snacks too. And I believe we're also gonna have, some food trucks out there, but that's not been confirmed yet, so. Turf field, got a new scoreboard. Again, if you guys haven't been through the Richard Gray Complex, I encourage you to go out there at least once a week. There's always something changing. That is a almost $20,000 scoreboard. Yes, it's beautiful, isn't it?
It is.
We were able to do that. We received a grant. Mr. Parsons helped mitigate that. So we were very fortunate. I think we got about $12,000 and some change back or something like that. And then the city kicked in the other portion of that. So not too bad of a return on investment. And if you look at the two spots, there's two white spots up there. Of course, the Hardeeville logo is in the middle. Those slots are selling for sponsorship for a year, and one of them's already sold.
Really?
Yes. So, let's see what else we got. Oh, there's Mr. Sweeney. Hippity hop. The Easter Bunny is on his way. We are going to have our annual Easter egg hunt that's coming up April 13th. Again, Miss Brittany is full on in all events. We're going to have to change her title to Programs and Events Manager because she is on just about every event that we have. She's making sure that the community and public at large have something fun to do for their kids and families. So that will be located on the turf field. It'll actually be behind City Hall, so that's pretty cool. And if you didn't know, there's over 6,000 eggs that we distribute, so yeah, it's crazy. This is not really Parks and Rec related, but we did do an Employee Appreciation Day, so there's information in there in that packet about that. We had a Heart of Hardeeville Award, and then a Hardeeville Spark Plug Award. Ms. Rhonda Cradle received the Heart of Hardeeville Award, and Mr. Joey Rowell, who we are partnering with for the Screen on the Green, received the Spark Plug Award. So the employees had a really good time. So that was employee driven.
The employees picked these two winners.
Yes. This was completely 100% employee driven.
Where do we get the eggs that we will put out? Before you came a couple of years ago, someone got a hold of some of the eggs, and they had ads in them, real estate ads.
Probably donated then. Ours, we actually purchased ours.
Okay.
But that's something unique.
And we didn't like it at all, and
I mean, that's not a great
obviously.
treat.
Yeah,
But
so that's unique.
I don't know where we got the eggs.
Yeah, they were probably
Those were
donated.
donated.
Yeah, they were probably donated.
And
What?
Ours have just candy in
Okay.
it. Yes. There's a whole page dedicated to the dog park. That's some pretty exciting news. So we also want to thank our friends at Beaufort County for spawning that interest here in Hardeeville. Of Bluffton has it, so we have to have it. So thank you. We're working diligently. Let's see, moving on. We are hiring. This is a hiring position that we have for our collegiate interns. We normally have 3 positions in the summer that we have. So we are in the process right now of doing interviews. So if you know anyone that's in college that's looking at PRT, send them our way, because this is a paid internship. I can tell you when I was an intern many moons ago,
no money.
No pay.
money.
no pay. No pay whatsoever. So Brittany is heading that up as well. So we're tag teaming on a lot of stuff. These are the next Screen on the Green dates, and for the public, I can read that out to you all. Friday, April the 26th, we're going to be watching The Incredibles 2. Friday, May 31st. I have a feeling this is going to be very popular with the ladies. Aquaman. It is a great movie. My son and I went to go see it, so it was pretty cool. Friday, August the 30th, How to Train Your Dragon 3. This is one of my absolute favorites. And then Friday, September the 27th, we'll be watching Bumblebee. So we'll pass this information out to the schools and continue to work with our media department, getting some great stuff out, so. Fishing rodeo makes a comeback. There's a great little picture of the Andy Griffith Show. It is in full force. I tell you what, these guys, Joey Rowell is on the committee, Brittany heads up the committee, Chief Sam Woodward is on the committee, the skipper, Mr. Stanley's on the committee. I mean, there's several of them. I can't name all of them, but these gentlemen have certainly got together and are planning a fantastic date. So please mark your calendar for May the 4th. We're working on getting shirts for everybody. They've got buckets, rags, you name it. They're going all out for this event. So we heard you all loud and clear. So we're
Yes.
trying to get that back up and running. So.
Hands down, my favorite event we've ever done in
Yes.
Hardeeville was.
Do they come to the city hall to pick up applications for that? Can they apply online?
Well, I'll get back with Brittany. DNR has dropped off some stuff with their applications, so I'm not sure if we're going to do registration that morning, but it's pretty much
Okay.
first come, first serve. But I think we're going to have enough for everybody. Looking ahead, again, there's so many events that, it's pretty hard to put all of it in a newsletter without, there's so much going on. Let's see, there is another event that's coming back, the fireworks. Not sure what happened, they didn't have them last year, we're bringing those back. So that'll be the 4th off Main fireworks celebration. That's gonna be on Saturday, June the 29th, and the time frame is still to be determined. We're working out the details on that, but we do have the band for that night. It's Muddy Creek, they're out of Bluffton, pretty well-known band in the area, so we're pretty excited about that. And we've got a great fireworks show planned, so trying to have some food trucks and all that stuff. Again, just a couple of hours for you to come out, relax, and enjoy, a fun family-filled event. Swinging medallions, yay! They are, and they are our showstopper for our citywide event that's going to be held November the 1st and 2nd of this year, 2019. We are bringing back the Battle of the Badges. That'll be held on November 1st. We got to give police a chance to come back.
It was fun.
It was a very fun event. I think everyone had a good time. And we raised quite a bit of money, a lot more than I ever anticipated from it. It was a little over $4,000, I think. So,
Nice.
yeah, it was quite a bit. Okay, so that's pretty much it of what's going on right now. There is, like I said, every day is something new, something different that we're doing. And anytime that you all have new ideas or suggestions, I am very open to trying anything.
It's a good newsletter.
Well, thank you. Yeah, we tried to make sure it was good stuff.
Now, who will this go to?
Right now, it just went to department heads and anyone that inquires about it. We're gonna work with MEDA to see how we can get this out. But the goal eventually with our marketing plan is to be able to have an email.
Oh, that's super.
Yeah, that we can just like mass email. It just comes, and if you want to subscribe, you can. If you want to unsubscribe, you can as well. Yeah. So to put this in print is pretty expensive, but we know there's quite a few people that still want something in hand. So once we get to that point, probably with the new center being built, we'll probably do it twice a year, where we'll have a nice brochure that people can take with them that has what happens in this time of the year and what happens in that time of the year. But again, like I said, if you have any ideas or anything that you hear on the street, let us know. We're certainly trying to do everything we can. A lot of partners and all that kind of stuff. So, but that is pretty much it. Which is a lot. So,
Does anybody have anything to ask, to share? Any comments or concerns that we might have on any issue for the PRD? Then I will ask for a motion for adjournment.
I move we adjourn.
And a second, please? Nobody wants a second?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Thank you, and we'll see you
Thank you all.
on April 8th, or tomorrow, right?
Tomorrow, yeah, the next meeting's April 8th.